Alright, so now let's go around picking more colors. So let's try this little trick though, so we can actually kind of see a little visualization better. So here might be an instance where we change the white base to say 50%. And now we're going to change the highlight weight to a white at 100%. So now we can get a realistic view and get rid of the pink and see what's going on, because the white base is probably going to be on a finer mesh anyways. And now we can see that the white is going to print, but the next we got a highlight white that is going to kind of darken everything up. Alright, I'm going to go back to my RGB mode and we're going to pick another color. So what shall we pick? I think we're going to print gray. So let's do select color range and let's get for this kind of grayish color. This one might be have a little bit of freedom to as far as what gets printed, because gray, it's going to be probably a cool gray 4 or 5ish, but I do want to get a lot of the feathers in, and even if it prints into the background it might be okay. So I'm going to try this 94%. Again, this is all you're picking. This is going to be a trial and error on your end as far as what percentage to go. I mean, this is a lot and this is little, and it takes a little bit of practice to kind of fool around with what your press, especially if you're running on auto, how your press reacts. So again, I'm going to take this color value, I'm going to copy that, okay, and new spot channel, and I am going to paste that code into there and hit OK. And we're going to just put, for now, just a blue gray. And now we got to make sure we change the value back to 100%. Okay, and let's zoom back out. I'm going to put this probably before that. I'm going to put the light brown before that. And now let's check our color scheme. So print the white, print the highlight white, print the yellow, green, light blue, light brown, and blue gray. So I'm going to put the blue gray here first, and of course black. So we are getting there. The superstitious balance coming out. Got a lot there. Green we might have to tackle again. We want some more green. So I'm going to try this green again. And this again is just going to be a lot of trial and error. Or there is another light brown we can use. And we're going to pick the sand for instance. So let's select color range. Let's get the sand going. Text, we are going to do something a little bit different because I do not like gradients. Even though it was a vector gradient at first and we exported it, we're going to actually kind of make it nice and neat here, but we're still going to want this sand going. So I'm going to actually go a lot on this, probably 144. Okay, again, copy this code. Okay, and new spot channel. And I can already see that. So light tan or light brown. And now we are going to take a look at what we got here. Again, I'm going to know, I definitely know the light tan is before the black, because I want my black to print last. Light blue, light tan, light brown. I guess we can rename that dark brown. So definitely looking better. Definitely the green is not showing up that well as I want to, so we're going to put the brown first. And I think we're going to need some more green that way. So we're going to select this green again and see what we can come out with something better. So in picking a medium green, I'm going to select a light green and see if that helps. And we're going to go 176%. Okay. Man, copy the code. Spot. And green. Now, we are going to start eliminating colors here because we got to figure out how to reduce this down to a lot. I am going to put the light green about right here. But again, I could see already that on my light green channel, I have got a lot of miscellaneous stuff that I know that we are not going to be using this green for. So especially there is absolutely no green in the text. So I'll just select that. Delete. There is no green in the bird's beak, but of course it's on the lighter side yellow, and there is nothing in the text below and on the bird itself. So now let's bring this up here, and again let's try our print order here. So we got black shirt, we got to print our white, and I'm going to wish that green just all it did was muddy up. I still like this green better. So that was a kind of a trial and error that it's got different values, but it's not what I want. But we can keep it marked and go like this. Now we could take this light green that we just created, and we can actually go darker on the green, and just to see if we can get a good print. But I can barely see it. I prefer this green actually, and I'm going to actually adjust the curve so it just prints darker. Go this way. Okay. And let's see what that looks like. Better, but the light tan I think is covering up something, so I'm going to put that there. There you go. That's enough green for me to see that there's at least some vegetation in Arizona. And again, I could try this now. It just occurs just a little bit. Okay. And see what that looks like without selecting the other green. And that's not bad, but I could say this green looks better. We don't have a solid, so I'm actually deleting this green. So now I'm content with my green. All right, and continuing on. So we kind of got the start of it going. Now we got this blue-gray going on, which is great. It's part of the design, but the next, to me, now the black doesn't feel as powerful as I want it to be as far as the original. If we sit here and go to RGB mode, there's a lot of little black definition. So I kind of was just glancing at this and looking at this green channel or red channel. I think maybe this channel is better. Red channel. I've got a lot of cool black stuff in there, and I'm going to try to try something here. So I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to put black copy, and we're going to try a different black version. So this is a lot of trial and error here, where now you kind of have to go back and forth to see if you got the best ability, the best outcome that you can with the channel or picking pulling. But now that I do want more black in my design, not that much, but let's go the other way where we delete half of this stuff and keep a lot of shading. So I'm going to actually kind of make it like this. And now looking at this black compared to this black, I've got some half tones in there now that I didn't have before. We got some in the sky. We might get rid of the stuff in the sky. So okay, so again, looking at the print, which I'm already content with a lot of this stuff. We got the blue, gray, yellow, light brown. Actually, light brown should go through it. This is actually going to get dark brown. So that's right. I said last time we're going to rename that dark brown. Kept this green, light blue, and now we're going to select this black. So you can see this black is definitely a lot better than the original black where it's missing a lot of this detail. So now I'm content with this black. So I am deleting this old black and now going with the new black. Very vivid, very detailed. The only thing I think there might be a little bit too much in the sky. So kind of manually selecting, let's see how we can do this. Let's just do it like this. There's a little bit error free. It's clouds, it's mountains. It's not going to be too much that we have to get it exact. There could be a little miscellaneous shadows in there. Boy, black is black. But again, I don't want to print too much black in the clouds. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to adjust the curves. Just so that it is not printing that much at all. Maybe just a hair. It'd be kind of cool to see some darker shadows into the clouds. So bringing it down a little bit. Okay. I think that's going to be good enough. So again, I'm always looking at my kind of printing order and how I'm printing stuff. And liking the look of it on Photoshop first. That is definitely way better than we were at before. We still have this whole gradient thing to achieve, which I want to do manually. So I'm getting there. And again, being a photographic mountain, we are going to do the best we can with the limited colors that we have. So far it's looking good. You know, I could definitely tell on a print shirt it's going to look pretty halfway decent, especially compared to that. I just reduplicated a old t-shirt, which I will throw up at the end of what I'm trying to duplicate from another person's shop. It is already 100 times better.